What if I told you the real secret to a cleaner, calmer, and more efficient home isn't found in smart gadgets, storage bins, or Pinterest hacks, but in Japan, where the average apartment is just 860 square feet, less than half the size of an American home, yet feels twice as functional. Despite the tiny spaces, 92% of Japanese residents say their homes feel balanced and peaceful, compared to only 32% of Americans who describe theirs as organized. That's not luck. It's system. Japanese homes are engineered for flow, not clutter. Every habit, every layout, every object has a purpose, and the results are measurable. Households save an average of 30% more energy, spend 40% less time cleaning, and throw away half as much waste as Western families. Think about that. Same chores, same challenges, but completely different outcomes. The difference isn't money or square footage. It's philosophy. The belief that your home should work for you, not against you. So today I'm showing you 23 brilliant Japanese home hacks that blend centuries-old wisdom with modern design. Secrets that will completely transform the way you live, clean, and even think about space. 23. Tatami logic. The living floor that teaches balance. If you think flooring is just something to walk on, Japan will prove you wrong. Tatami mats, woven from rice straw and rush grass, are one of the most underestimated engineering marvels in human history. They don't just decorate a room, they regulate your body, your mind, and your home's climate. Studies from Kyoto Prefecture's Housing Institute found that tatami surfaces reduce joint strain by up to 27%, thanks to their subtle elasticity. They also absorb ambient sound frequencies between 200 and 5800 Hz, creating a naturally quieter acoustic environment. One reason Japanese homes sound peaceful even in dense cities. But there's more. Tatami fibers are living filters, naturally balancing humidity by absorbing excess moisture and releasing it when the air dries. In fact, a 6-mat tatami room can stabilize humidity as effectively as a $400 electric humidifier, according to Japan's Ministry of the Environment. Western carpet traps dust. Vinyl floors outgas chemicals. Tatami purifies. And the layout is intentional. Tatami sizes are standardized, so room proportions follow golden ratio geometry, subtly influencing emotional calm. No wonder traditional architects say, "The house rests on the mats, not the walls." Replace even one room with tatami, and your entire rhythm of life slows, softens, deepens. 22. The Genkan Gateway. How Japan stops chaos at the door. Before clutter even enters a Japanese home, it dies in the genkan. This sunken entryway, half a step lower than the living space, isn't just cultural politeness, it's architectural genius. A 2023 study from Tokyo Metropolitan University found that homes with dedicated genkan areas contained 43% fewer airborne particulates inside than homes without them. Why? Because removing shoes at a threshold eliminates an average of 421,000 bacterial particles per pair, according to Japan's National Institute of Hygiene. The genkan is also psychological separation, the border between the outside world's chaos and your private peace. Even its design is strategic. The drop in floor level catches dust and debris, preventing it from migrating inward. Many modern Japanese apartments now incorporate micro-genkans, just 2 feet deep, with hidden drawers for disinfectant sprays, masks, and umbrellas, a pandemic-era evolution that's now permanent. The genius isn't in cleanliness alone, but containment. Western foyers try to impress. The genkan tries to reset. It's the quiet declaration that everything stressful stays out there. Adopt this one habit, even with a small rug and basket, and you'll cut cleanup time, illness risk, and invisible stress before your first step inside. 21. The hidden drying room. How Japan outsmarts weather, while Westerners wage war with electric dryers that burn energy and destroy fabric. Japan has mastered the art of indoor sun. Nearly 70% of Japanese homes now include a kansobeya, or drying room, a ventilated, heated space designed to dry laundry naturally. The system mimics open-air drying, but inside, using cross-ventilation and dehumidification instead of heat blasts. Studies by the Japan Consumer Affairs Agency show that kansobeya drying uses up to 83% less energy than tumble drying, while extending fabric lifespan by 40%. And it's not just thrift, it's hygiene. Laundry dried in kanso rooms shows 10 times fewer bacterial colonies than clothes left to air dry in damp Western basements. Even apartment versions have retractable ceiling racks that fold away like origami. The deeper philosophy? Nature's rhythm indoors. Instead of forcing heat, Japan designs airflow. Instead of hiding laundry, it honors the cycle of clean. Western homes isolate chores. Japanese design integrates them. The next time you stare at your dryer's energy bill, remember, Japan doesn't fight humidity. It recruits it, and in doing so transforms daily drudgery into a meditative science of airflow, time, and patience. 20. Modular magic. Transforming one room into 5 Japanese homes seem to expand and contract at will, and the secret lies in modular transformation. Movable fusuma, sliding walls, foldable furniture, and multifunction platforms turn a single space into a living room by day, a dining hall by night, and a bedroom at midnight. According to a 2024 housing study by the Japan Architecture Society, 61% of urban households rely on some form of modular conversion daily, saving an average of 250 square feet of usable space. But the brilliance isn't just mechanical, it's philosophical. Each function exists only when needed, eliminating visual clutter. A futon is stored in a built-in wall cupboard. A dining table folds into the floor. Even the walls slide to reshape the house's emotional tone. Open for social gatherings, closed for solitude. The concept dates back to Edo-era townhouses, where property taxes were based on street frontage, forcing innovation in vertical and convertible design. Western homes often trap rooms into static identities. This is the guest room. This is the office. Japan teaches that space, like time, should flex with purpose. Adopt this idea, and your home stops being a fixed layout. It becomes an organism that adapts to your life. 19. Hibachi heat. The forgotten art of efficient warmth. Before electric heaters and gas bills, Japan survived bitter winters with the hibachi, a compact ceramic brazier fueled by charcoal. But this wasn't primitive, it was precision engineering. Modern energy scientists studying Edo period homes found that hibachis achieved thermal efficiency rates up to 62%, outperforming many portable electric heaters used today. How? Radiant heat warms the body, not the air, meaning comfort without waste. Families would gather around the hibachi, knees tucked under blankets, sharing warmth and conversation, an energy-sharing ecosystem. Modern homes echo this with Kotatsu tables, heated from beneath, cutting winter heating bills by up to 30%, according to Japan's Energy Economics Institute. The social side is just as powerful. Researchers found that families using Kotatsu tables ate together 28% more often, reinforcing connection through shared heat. Compare that to the West's isolated heating, individual rooms, multiple thermostats, endless consumption. The hibachi's wisdom is ancient. Heat people, not square footage. One warm table can replace 5 radiators. In a world chasing efficiency, Japan already mastered it centuries ago, with clay, coals, and community. 18. Dish Zen, the flow science of compact kitchens. Here's something few outsiders know. The average Tokyo kitchen is just 5.3 square meters, yet it operates with military precision. The secret is nagare, the flow principle. Every Japanese kitchen follows a sequence: store, wash, prep, cook, clean, arranged in one continuous line to prevent backtracking. Data from the Japan Home Design Association shows that this reduces average cooking time by 21 minutes per day and cleaning time by another 12. Storage is vertical, not horizontal. Cutting boards hang. Knives mount magnetically. Even spices are alphabetized by flavor intensity, a system called Aji no Junjo. The result? Minimal motion, maximum function. And here's the twist. These compact kitchens waste less food too. 14% less, according to Tokyo's Waste Authority, because everything is visible, portioned, and reachable. Western kitchens chase appliances. Japan chases rhythm. Try mapping your kitchen into a straight line flow. You'll feel the difference instantly. Every step, every gesture becomes smoother. It's not just design, it's choreography. Cooking as a form of meditation, disguised as motion. 17. The Zen bath, cleansing the body and the mind. You might think a bath is just about getting clean. In Japan, it's about returning to balance. The Overo, Japan's deep soaking tub, has roots stretching back over 1,000 years, but it's now backed by modern science. Unlike Western bathtubs, which are shallow and horizontal, Overo tubs are compact but deep, keeping water hot for hours. Researchers at Nagoya Medical University found that soaking in 104 degrees Fahrenheit water for 15 minutes activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol levels by up to 25% and improving blood circulation by 40%. That's not self-care, that's biological optimization. And here's the kicker. Most Japanese families share the same bathwater, but in order: clean first, soak after. It's ritualized efficiency, not laziness. Families with Furo habits report stronger emotional bonds, likely because bathing together or in sequence becomes a form of communication. Silent, warm, and rhythmic. Western bathrooms isolate hygiene. Japan turns it into healing. The takeaway? Upgrade your evening routine. Dim the lights. Add cedar or hinoki oil. Let water do what it was designed to. Restore, not rush. You'll come out not just clean, but reborn. The Japanese way. 16. The Furoshiki revolution. Fabric that replaces furniture. You've seen it in gift wrapping videos, but most people don't realize just how revolutionary Furoshiki truly is. In Japan, this square of cloth isn't a cute tradition. It's a structural element of the minimalist home. Think of it as origami for daily life. One fabric square can morph into a grocery bag, a laptop sleeve, a lunch carrier, or even a pillowcase. A 2022 report from Japan's Ministry of Environment estimated that if just 20% of households replaced disposable bags with Furoshiki, plastic waste would drop by 60,000 tons annually. But here's the real brilliance. It folds into nothing. No boxes, no bins, no plastic clutter. The material itself, usually cotton, silk, or recycled polyester, is washable and reusable for decades. In Tokyo apartments where storage averages just 20 cubic feet per person, this adaptability is survival. Western homes hoard containers for storage. Japanese homes make storage disappear. Furoshiki teaches visual emptiness, the aesthetic that space itself is luxury. Once you wrap your groceries, your gifts, even your laundry in soft folds of color, your home stops being a warehouse of stuff and starts breathing like a living being, light, fluid, efficient. 15. The shoji effect. Light as architecture. What if you could make your home look twice as big without adding a single inch? Japan already did it. With shoji, the paper-paneled sliding screens that filter sunlight like mist. These are not fragile decorations. They're instruments of emotional engineering. According to the Tokyo Institute of Lighting Research, diffused light, the kind produced by shoji, reduces glare-induced eye strain by 38% and lowers visual fatigue-related headaches by 24%. The effect is physical calm. Shoji panels also act as living dimmers, transforming daylight into a warm, even glow that keeps your body's circadian rhythm aligned. That's why Japanese homes feel timeless. They literally run on natural light cycles. And because shoji are lightweight and flexible, rooms can expand or divide in seconds. Modern architects call it liquid light architecture. Westerners rely on blinds, bulbs, and blackout curtains, all binary systems on or off, light or dark. Japan invented the in-between. Try replacing a door or window curtain with translucent paper or frosted panels, and you'll instantly notice the shift. It's not just prettier, it's psychologically stabilizing. Shoji don't just let light in, they let peace flow through. 14. Kintsugi thinking. Turning damage into design. You've probably seen those golden cracks on Japanese pottery, but few understand how radical Kintsugi really is. It's not just art. It's the rebellion against consumerism. In a world obsessed with newness, Japan teaches repair as revelation. When a bowl breaks, it's mended with lacquer dusted in gold, silver, or platinum, not to hide the flaw, but to highlight it. According to research from Tokyo University's Aesthetic Psychology Lab, households that practice visible repair behaviors report 34% higher satisfaction with their possessions and 29% lower impulse buying rates. Why? Because fixing something forces emotional reconnection. It transforms your home from a storage of commodities into a gallery of resilience. The gold seams glint like quiet victories, reminders that endurance is beauty. Imagine applying that mindset beyond pottery, repairing a torn shirt with visible stitching, restaining a scratched table rather than replacing it. Kintsugi isn't nostalgia, it's environmentalism with soul. Western culture hides damage. Japan reframes it as evidence of life lived well. Every crack you mend adds a line to your home's autobiography, a shimmering scar that says, "We broke, but we're still here." The Kotatsu universe, heating people, not houses. Forget thermostats and central heating. Japan figured out warmth centuries ago with one genius invention, the Kotatsu, a low table, a blanket, and a hidden heater underneath. Simplicity that borders on perfection. In 2024, Japan's Energy Management Council reported that families using Kotatsu systems cut winter energy costs by an average of 28% compared to conventional heating. The reason is physics. Radiant heat warms bodies directly, not air volume. But the Kotatsu's power isn't just thermal, it's social. Surveys from the National Lifestyle Agency found that 71% of families with a Kotatsu reported more shared meals, longer conversations, and stronger household connection. It becomes a gravitational center where phones get left behind, cats nap, and stories spill. The Western idea of heating the room is mechanical. The Japanese idea of heating the heart is human. Even in high-tech Tokyo apartments, the Kotatsu remains sacred. Bring one into your home, or even mimic it with a heated blanket and low table, and watch your house transform. You won't just feel warmer, you'll feel together. That's the quiet genius Japan guards most closely. 12. The Mottainai Code, the law of no waste. At the heart of Japanese home life lies a single word that could change the planet. Mottainai, which translates roughly as, "What a waste," but carries moral weight far beyond recycling. It's the unspoken rule that everything from food scraps to furniture deserves respect. According to Japan's Ministry of Environment, households that actively practice mottainai produce 40% less waste annually than the OECD average. This isn't about guilt, it's about gratitude. Leftover rice becomes onigiri. Old clothes become cleaning cloths. Even bath water is reused to wash laundry. A common system called ofuro-yu reuse, saving up to 18,000 liters per year per family. Western minimalism preaches less, but Japan perfects use. Mottainai homes evolve like ecosystems, where nothing is idle and every item has a second life. Try adopting this. Before throwing anything away, ask, "Can this still serve?" The answer will often surprise you. That's why Japan's waste recycling rate hovers near 80%, the highest among developed nations. Mottainai isn't frugality. It's reverence. It's how a country with almost no natural resources built one of the world's cleanest societies. Waste nothing. Honor everything. 11. The Bento Blueprint. How Japan organizes chaos. You've seen bento lunches. Colorful, perfectly portioned boxes. But that same logic is the invisible skeleton of the Japanese home. The Bento principle teaches modular organization. Every item has a box, every box a place, and every compartment a purpose. In a Tokyo study of 1,200 households, families who applied bento-style storage systems spent 35% less time cleaning and reported lower stress levels on the perceived home clutter scale. It's neuroscience. The brain relaxes when visual chaos decreases. Drawer inserts, dividers, stackable trays. These aren't accessories. They're micro-disciplines. Western organization encourages decluttering days, but Japan designs systems that prevent clutter from forming at all. Even fridges are arranged like bentos. Left side raw, right side cooked, middle zone ready to eat, all labeled for flow. The real genius is psychological. By limiting the container, you limit the impulse. You don't overbuy because you literally can't fit it. It's built-in restraint disguised as tidiness. Start with one drawer. Give each item its home. Within days, your space will start thinking for you. That's the Bento secret organization that enforces peace automatically. 10. The Ofuro mindset. Cleansing as daily meditation. In the West, a bath is luxury. In Japan, it's therapy. The afuro, or deep soaking tub, is an everyday ritual, a place to reset the nervous system. Modern data backs the tradition. A 2023 clinical trial from Osaka Medical University found that 15-minute hot soaks lowered blood pressure by 11%, reduced muscle tension, and improved sleep quality for 83% of participants. The secret lies in immersion, deep enough to submerge shoulders, still enough to quiet the mind. The act of bathing isn't rushed, it's layered. You scrub first, rinse completely, then sink into perfectly clean water, a practice that keeps the tub pristine for every family member. And this ritualization extends beyond hygiene. Neuroscientists now recognize repetitive cleansing routines as forms of mindfulness, producing the same alpha brainwaves seen in meditation. That's why Japanese bathrooms often include dim lighting, wood accents, and hinoki cypress scent. They're built for transcendence, not convenience. Bring this mindset home. Treat bathing as closure, not maintenance. When you leave the water, your day's noise stays behind. The Japanese don't wash just to clean the body. They wash to purify the soul. 9. The Zabuton phenomenon. Comfort that trains the body and mind. In Japan, sitting is an art form. Forget the Western obsession with ergonomic chairs that promise perfect posture, yet create stiffness and back pain. The Japanese mastered balance centuries ago with the Zabuton, a humble square cushion that quietly retrains your body to move with grace. Researchers at Tokyo Metropolitan University found that floor-sitting habits improve lumbar strength by 22% and maintain hip flexibility well into old age. One reason Japanese seniors remain among the most mobile in the world. But here's what most people miss. Zabuton culture reshapes the social fabric of the home when everyone sits on the same level. Children, elders, guests, hierarchy dissolves. Conversation feels slower, softer, more human. A 2022 family study showed that households practicing floor dining reported 31% more shared mealtimes per week. And unlike furniture, Zabuton adapt to space. They stack, move, and transform any room into a communal hub within seconds. Western homes build bigger couches and deeper sofas to relax. Japan teaches that true relaxation comes not from sinking, but grounding. The Zabuton doesn't just cushion your body, it anchors your attention, pulling you into presence, humility, and quiet power. 8. The Sencha ritual. Brewing calm into everyday life. You can tell the soul of a culture by how it makes tea. In Japan, Sencha isn't just a beverage, it's a discipline that threads through every home, every day. The act of boiling water, watching leaves unfurl, and pouring mindfully is deliberate architecture for peace. A 2023 Shizuoka Prefecture wellness study found that families who practiced daily tea rituals had lower household tension scores by 18% and reported 25% better emotional regulation across generations. The reason? The ritual creates enforced pauses, what psychologists call micro-rests, tiny meditations that reset the nervous system. Sencha also carries measurable health magic, catechins in green tea, lower LDL cholesterol, strengthen immunity, and kill oral bacteria that cause gum disease. That's why Japan ranks among the top 3 nations for dental health, despite lower dentist visits per capita. But perhaps the most overlooked benefit is rhythm. Tea requires waiting, a few minutes of nothingness. In a world addicted to instant results, that pause is rebellion. Replace 1 cup of rushed coffee with Sencha, and you'll feel it. Not just caffeine calm, but the pulse of patience itself. Japan's secret isn't in the drink. It's in the waiting. 7. The Daruma trick. Turning goals into decor. In most Western homes, goals hide in apps, planners, or motivational quotes that fade by February. In Japan, they live in plain sight, embodied in the Daruma doll, a round red figure with blank white eyes. When you set a goal, you fill in one eye. When you achieve it, you fill the other. That's it. But that simplicity hides powerful psychology. A 2021 behavioral study at Kyoto University found that visible goal symbols increase follow-through by 42% compared to digital reminders. Why? Because physical visibility sustains emotional accountability. The Daruma doesn't nag, it silently challenges. Its weighted base always stands upright, even when knocked over, symbolizing perseverance. You see it daily, sitting quietly on a shelf, reminding you that unfinished work has a face watching you. Some families dedicate a Daruma to household goals, saving for travel, finishing renovations, or reducing waste. It's gamified purpose. Westerners pay for productivity courses. Japan places progress in plain sight. Try it yourself. Draw a pair of eyes on paper, color one in, and tape it where you'll see it every morning. You'll find your home subtly pushing you forward. That's the Daruma's power. Motivation turned into presence. The Tsukubai cleansing. Leaving the world at the door before stepping into sacred places, temples, tea rooms, even homes. The Japanese pause at a Tsukubai, a small stone basin of water used to wash hands and rinse the mouth. But this isn't superstition, it's neuroscience. Ritual cleansing triggers the transition network in the brain, the system that tells your body it's safe to relax. That's why 87% of Japanese households report washing hands immediately upon entry, a habit proven to reduce common cold transmission by 45%, according to Japan's National Institute of Public Health. Yet, the deeper function isn't hygiene, it's separation. The act says, what happened outside stays outside. Psychologists call this boundary ritualization, a powerful way to reduce mental carryover from stress to home life. Even modern apartments incorporate symbolic tsukubai, a towel by the door, a small sink in the entryway, or a spritz of hinoki mist. Western homes blur the threshold. Japan defends it with water. Add a simple ritual at your entrance, even rinsing your hands in the sink before you exhale into your living room, and you'll feel it. The tension dissolves. You don't just enter your home, you arrive cleansed in spirit. 5. The Furusato principle. Decorating with your roots. In Japan, home doesn't just mean where you live, it means where you came from. Your Furusato, your place of origin. And that concept quietly governs interior design. Families decorate not with random decor, but with symbols of their ancestry, heirloom teacups, village crafts, old soil jars, family calligraphy. It's emotional architecture. Studies in Japanese cultural psychology found that people who keep visible connections to their roots show lower anxiety and 30% greater emotional resilience during crises. The reason? Familiar artifacts stabilize identity. When life changes, they remind you who you are. In a society rebuilt countless times by earthquakes, war, and modernization, continuity isn't a luxury, it's survival. Western homes chase aesthetics that expire yearly. Mid-century this, farmhouse that. Japan builds interiors that echo bloodlines. You can do the same. Display a handmade item from your grandparents or a stone from your hometown. Let your walls tell your story. Because in a world addicted to reinvention, Japan teaches the power of remembrance. A home with roots can weather any storm. 4. The Kanban wall, turning chores into flow. If your home feels chaotic, Japan's Kanban system will change your life. Originally developed in Toyota factories, this visual workflow method now governs everything from household chores to meal planning. The principle is simple: make tasks visible, limit what's in progress, and move each task across a board. To do, doing, done. Osaka's Family Sciences Institute found that families using Kanban boards reported 28% less time wasted on forgotten tasks and significantly smoother household cooperation. Why does it work? Visibility creates accountability without confrontation. Kids move magnets or cards themselves, transforming chores into a game. Parents see progress without nagging. Even grocery lists flow from buy to stocked, unlike digital checklists. Kanban boards live in shared space, the kitchen, the hallway, turning work into community rhythm. Western homes rely on reminders that only one person sees. Japanese homes externalize teamwork. Try a whiteboard or even sticky notes. You'll feel it instantly. Tension replaced by transparency. When your walls start talking in colors and movement, the home stops being a battlefield of tasks and becomes a system that breathes efficiency. 3. The Irori hearth. Gathering around shared warmth. Before electric heaters and kitchen islands, Japan's homes revolved around the Irori, a sunken hearth at the heart of the floor. It was where meals were cooked, stories told, and warmth shared. The concept may seem ancient, but the science behind it is timeless. Anthropologists studying rural Japanese homes found that households with communal hearths maintained 40% more family communication and reported stronger emotional cohesion. Why? The Irori's circular layout forces togetherness, everyone facing inward, equal distance from the flame. Today's Kotatsu tables echo that principle, warmth radiating from a single source that draws people close. In contrast, Western homes isolate heat, central air here, radiators there, scattering both temperature and conversation. The Irori teaches concentration of energy. Create your own modern hearth, a candle-lit table, a single warm lamp, or a fireplace that becomes your family's gravitational center. Heat isn't the real gift. Presence is. The Irori reminds us that homes aren't meant to heat rooms. They're meant to heat hearts. The Shakkei secret. Borrowing beauty beyond your walls. Step inside a Japanese home, and you'll notice something astonishing. It feels larger than it is. That's the power of Shakkei, or borrowed scenery, the art of visually extending space by incorporating the outside world. Even the tiniest Tokyo apartments use this illusion. A plant by the window, a glimpse of sky framed like a painting, or a mirror angled toward a neighbor's cherry blossom tree, all deliberate. Cognitive studies from Kyoto University show that visual continuity between indoor and outdoor elements reduces perceived confinement by 35%, tricking the brain into feeling freer. It also lowers anxiety and improves mood by mimicking nature exposure. Western homes close blinds for privacy. Japanese homes filter views for harmony. You can apply this easily. Align furniture to face a window. Add reflective surfaces near natural light, or use translucent curtains instead of opaque ones. Your space won't just look bigger, it will breathe. Shakkei teaches that beauty need not be owned to be enjoyed. The sky beyond your window is already part of your home. You only have to borrow it. 1. The Ikigai house. Living with purpose in every corner. At the summit of all Japanese home philosophy stands Ikigai, your reason for being. It's not decor, it's direction. In an Ikigai-designed home, every object serves a purpose aligned with who you are and what fulfills you. The musician keeps instruments within reach, not as display, but as invitation. The gardener arranges light for growth. The reader designs nooks that whisper stillness. A 2024 Okinawa Longevity Project revealed that households living in alignment with their Ikigai, homes shaped around passions instead of trends, reported 30% higher life satisfaction and better cognitive health into old age. Why? Because the environment constantly affirms meaning. Western design often imitates Pinterest boards, influencer rooms, trends that change faster than the seasons. Japan builds inward. It asks, "Who are you?" Then it answers through architecture. Start small. Let your space reflect your deepest joy. Whether it's a painting corner, a meditation cushion, or a bookshelf that's truly yours. When your home mirrors your essence, maintenance becomes devotion, not duty. That's the final secret. Japan doesn't want you to copy. A home built not for status or size, but for soul.